My name is Colonel Failure, and this is Train Fever. Recently, we have been looking into the future at what we might possibly get up to in later episodes and with longer planning. But when it came down to it, I decided that actually the most realistic thing we could do was make it so that the world had gone to hell. So allow me to introduce the Amusing Express that has had something of a makeover. The Amusing Express is, well, it's seen better days, although it is still sporting the incredibly sharp and poignant Failure Rail livery. See from the side here, Failure Rail. Oh, see. I think I might gradually work on what I shall call the Apocalypse mod for Train Fever, gradually transforming the whole of this beautiful landscape into a wasteland. That said, I mean, I don't really need to do anything. I could just continue playing the way I have been doing, and that'll wasteland it all on itself. So this is it's a fairly straightforward reskin, although I've redone the normal map as well to make sure that it kind of does the angles properly. If anybody's interested in seeing how I did it, drop a comment and I'll post up a quick tutorial. However, I may reskin some more stuff. Let me know. Would you like me to reskin more bits and pieces to take on this rather gritty and unpleasant kind of a look about it? I can redo the landscape. I'll have a stab at doing the skybox as well, and see if we can do something that looks pretty deathly. Yes, I can see it for myself. My texture isn't quite perfect. There is some work to be done still, but as a first go, I'm quite pleased with that. That's not too bad at all. Anyway, onwards. Onwards. What shall we do today? Right. Well, following on from comments in the three-part Routing from Hell series, mini-series that we did, I was taken by the notion of where are we? Let's go to the relevant area of the map, shall we? So here we go. So our incredibly illustrious and underperforming goods route, right, is something of a source of frustration. Not just for me, but for you as well, I feel. And let's have a look. Let's go railroad, and then let's see how we're doing. So look, we're on the Riptor commuter. We're making money galore. 2 million in revenue this year already. The Haverchukes has made us 700,000. The Haverbex has made us 900,000. But these three happy-go-lucky, joyful little goods trains are basically just wasting money all day long. And part of the reason for that is the way that cargo is being distributed. So we're bringing resources in, and I've had it highlighted to me that this goods area will only no, it won't will only anything. It will make as many goods as it has raw materials, right? Yes, that's obvious. But the raw material producers themselves will only make raw materials enough to keep this area busy if the factory is making goods, the steel mill is making goods. Does this make sense to you? It makes sense to me, but I'm wording it incredibly badly. Now, part of the problem we've got is that a lot of the goods we've got actually being made aren't waiting at the station. If they did, I could make lots of lovely money from it. But no, instead they're quite happily walking themselves. They're not even taking a truck. They're walking themselves to town. The logic there defying me a little, but equally they're also having a merry trip out to Haverhill. Lucky old Haverhill, getting some free goods on the go. So my thinking is, by adding a second goods station, so a receiving line goods station over in Haverhill, we can possibly increase demand from the steel mill. In so doing, hopefully taking some of this cargo off the road and generating demand at the steel mill that should up the output of both our iron ore facility here and our coal mine. That is what I'm hoping. See, I mean, the coal doesn't travel by itself, but that's because it's got a really long way to go. Such we've got like 24 coal waiting there now. That's good. That might actually become profitable at some point. but only if I can max it out. So that's what we're going to try and do. We are going to try and expand to a goods station in Haverhill. And as luck would have it, that shouldn't prove to be the most difficult thing in the world. We've got this piece of... In fact, I'm going to nab it before anybody decides to try and build a house on it. Let's bang down. I can hear you all already. You're all going like, dude, just give up. Give up on building goods lines. It's not for you. Goods lines, not you. Anyway, there we go. That's a goods station. Unless it was a regular station. Did I do that? No, I've done that right. That makes a change. Right, and we'll fire this over here. Why are you cutting so deeply? I don't need you cutting that much. Oh, hold on. Let's not go too hasty. Let's not be too hasty. As ever, laying track fraught with problems. Are you going to latch on? Let's not spend too much there. And oh, okay, that worked. All right, cool. Right, and we're going to share the main line. I know that's got trouble written all over it, hasn't it? Now everything wants to drive on the right, so you would be trying to make it drive on the left. That's going to cause problems, isn't it? I think you're going to be better off running it alongside. Okay, never mind. We are not going to use the main line. Oh God! See, I had ever such high hopes here of not making a meal of this, but I have done already. Right, let's delete those and let's increase the incline to get us out of this this ditch we're trying to build. And I will even it out. At some point, I'm going to spend some time while you're not watching, because it will be tedious, trying to get everything level. The slope can't possibly be too high. No, I'm going up as fast as I can. Go on, do me a favour. Just once, make this easy. Can we merge onto the main line? No, we can't merge onto the main line. Oh, this is ridiculous. Every time I muck about with goods, and I'm given the same derisive treatment by the game. Okay, well, there is another route. There is another way. We could just link up to there. Okay. So well, let's get a shot of some of it. There we go. And that. And this one? Yeah, sure. Okay, and then we'll go from here. Yeah. Screw you, mainline. We'll just build more track. Right, what do we got? Heavy cut to incline. Yeah, I think we can probably do that a little better. Try and get the max speed out of it. Now, usually I try and avoid this kind of behaviour where I'm having effectively trains go head to head, which is what will be happening here. However, needs must. Right, so let's whack a signal on there, because we're never going to run more than one train down here. And then we'll stick another one there. The only reason I'm sticking that signal in there is so that any train waiting to come into the goods station knows that that the area has been released. Okay, does that make sense? Of course it makes sense. Why would it not make sense? Alright, and then we'll buy another train. Now, what have we been using? Have we been using these 103s? No, we've been using these AA16s. 103. What are we looking at? 2 million for the locomotive versus 660k. Well, that tells you something. We got 235, 200. Twice as expensive. Nope, we'll go with the cheap one. Right, and then we will get you goods wagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 78 goods you can handle, right? Question is, can you handle it? Oh, let's actually set it a route as well. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay, so you are going to go from... My gosh, that's a lot of dialogues up there. What's that? That's the good station. Yes, it is. Right. From Tewkesbury North down to Haverhill, or whatever this is called. East. Splendid. Okay, so this is going to be Haverhill Steel. Rock and roll. Okay. Let's fire you onto Haverhill Steel. Out you come. Excellent. Okie doke. What's that? Oh, there it is. Oh, and even better, this is actually set up in such a way that it can get onto that line. Right. Well, while that's doing its maiden voyage, in fact, let's no. We'll stick with tradition. We always follow them on their maiden voyage. Tremendous. I have sped it up just a little bit in order to get things moving sooner rather than later. That's a little bit cheeky. I'd have waited for the train already serving the area to have left the building, but as you wish. So we're in 1970, and I think that the game in terms of technology runs until. 2010, maybe 2000. I imagine I won't get any more upgrades to vehicles beyond that point, and that's fine. That suits me just fine. I have no particular. Oh, it's 2020. I'm going to stop playing now. I'll keep going until either you or I or both of us get bored. That is my commitment to you. I really have made an ugly piece of track here. Oh well, why change the habit of a lifetime? I think once we've made everything super rich, we will probably do some, once I've got like, 20, 30 million in the bank and I'm going, whoa, what shall I do next? I think there'll be some fairly wholesale deletion of track that we've laid either erroneously or poorly. Here we go. Let's see how you get on. And we'll tidy it up and make it all better again. Not least of all because we'll have the money to be able to just demolish stuff that we don't like the looks of. Okay, so let's stick things on fast forward and see if we actually get anything picking up. It's a nice new bus and another an RE66. Okay, it's not bad. Right, we've already got goods turning up wanting to go to Haverhill. That's a good sign. Now, what I'm trying to see is anything trying to escape down the road? Let's give it a little while. We've just unloaded some iron ore, and that will be a good test for whether this new system is any good or not. Oh, that's fun. I have unwittingly set that to come in to the opposite side of the station to other trains. That's really helpful. And I'm being sincere. Okay, what? While we're watching this. Oh, I've got some trains to replace in the next episode. How exciting. While we're watching this, let's talk about future planning here. So I'm going to wrap this episode up a little earlier than I would do normally. My planning is largely due to my net connection. I can't upload stuff as quickly as I would like. On average, it takes the best part of 8 hours to upload one video, which is ridiculous. Lately, I've been able to do that a little bit quicker. But in order to do it quicker still, I need to make shorter videos. Now, the good news on making shorter videos is that I can possibly put up more per day. They won't always be on the same subject. I want to diversify into the games that I'm covering. But what say you? You, the faithful 100 or so who have been tuning in so far, what do you want to see? Do you want to see me further apocalypse up this playthrough of Train Fever? Shall I revert the Amusing Express back to its default look and feel? Let me know. Equally, what do you want me to do? I'm going to carry on with this game, and hopefully it continues to be interesting. Are you okay with shorter videos? Have an opinion. Have 2 opinions. Let me know both of them. Yeah, it's all very much appreciated when you give me a pointer or two. As you might notice already, I've branched out into the occasional game here and there, largely just to try it out and to see what whether recording it is fun rather than anything else. In terms of Train Fever, it's most certainly fun. But give me a shout, let me know, tell me what you think. I've been Colonel Failure. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you next time. Cheerio.